This video is supported by Central Oregon Radio, Central Oregon's #1 internet station. Hi everybody, this is Ranger Rob and welcome to the RangerRob Country Living Podcast. A little chilly here today, a little chilly over at Amy's area, but yeah, so we thought we'd dress a little more appropriately. So hello Jack, good to see you. I'm assuming that's probably Susan. She says, wonderful. Jack says, good evening, one and all. Love to have our normal folks here. And yeah, so I turned on this camera. We can talk to each other before the show starts. And Amy starts off with this big old fuzzy hat she's got on. And I go, well, I can match that. So yeah, so we're kind of dressed appropriately. And if you guys are anything like me and Amy, it's cold outside and it's really cold today. It was kind of frosty. It was kind of foggy and the roads were terrible, I heard. And so yeah, so these hats are definitely appropriate. So yeah, you staying warm over there, Amy?
We're trying to. It's all about the layers.
I saw a picture of you today. It's like, it looked like you have 12 jackets on.
Yeah, probably needed a 13th one.
Yeah. So before I forget, I need to introduce Amy from DragonFly. Why do I get user face on there? That's got to be Susan on there, I bet. But anyway, she's from DragonFly Farms, and her and I are going to be your hosts today. We're going to kind of hit a lot of general things. We do have some interviews lined up, and of course I contacted them some today, and they're all going, in 4 hours? I can't. And so, but we do have a new thing in here that we're going to add on to the show. A new little section. We'll do that a little bit. But before we get started, I got to let you know that we are also syndicated on Central Oregon Radio, and that's chugging along quite well. Once again, we're kind of hoping that people that figure out how to use it and use that kind of stuff also help us shape it and give us ideas of how you think it should, what kind of content you'd like to have on it. If you'd like to advertise your business or service or things that you do, not everything requires money. Sometimes it's just trading. You may have something we want, like eggs or something. I got eggs, but so does Amy. But I mean, you know what I mean. So talk to us. Another coat, more hats.
Yeah.
So, you can also find our podcast. There's an audio version of this, of course, and so it's called RangerRob Country Living Podcast, which is syndicated through Spreaker. Spreaker is a format that we use for podcasting, which goes out to several other platforms like Spotify and iHeartRadio and several other platforms that I can never remember the names of. But anyway, if you enjoy audio podcasts, if you have an audio podcast software on your cell phone, just type in RangerRob Country Living Podcast. And John's here. Hey, John. It will come right up and just put us in your favorites, and you can check out. We're up to episode 56. 56.
Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Last week, by the way, we canceled the show because I was dying. I got the nastiest cold, and of course I was nice enough to share it with my wife. So now she's having a tough week, and but yeah, so we're getting over that. It wasn't any COVID stuff. It was just plain old cold, and I got things going off like crazy here. In fact, it says, be ready to start a live video podcast. I'm going, I think we already started it.
We're already there.
Jack goes, I can hear Rob singing sliding away. And Susan says she likes our hats. And I didn't send you a link. Is this Susan? Is that Susan? Would you like to come on the show today, Susan? I mean, everybody knows you. I may as well have you on the show. I can easily send you a link. If you're brave, we'd love to have you. Let me find Susan real quick here. Like I know what I'm doing.
Oh, it's not. It's Debbie.
Oh, it's Debbie. Our Debbie?
I don't think so.
Debbie's that use? Oh, I didn't send her a link because I
Our
heard she
Debbie.
was out of town. It is
Oh
our Debbie.
no.
Oh man, well let me get her on here, guys. The reason I don't have John and Debbie here before why I'm embarrassing myself is I talked to John, so I don't think we're doing the show. So this is John's fault. But John and Debbie, Debbie's father is elderly and he's over in Portland, and she's over there right now because he's been having a real tough time, and so we wanted to make sure and give her space, but apparently I gave her too much space. So let me catch up with her with. One moment, Debbie, and I'll have it all done. Um, uh,
We'll give you grace. It gets hard to juggle so many families and what they all have going on.
yeah,
We have
and you know, it's really here. I'll just Debbie's on the group thing here, and yep, hop on there. If you, I didn't realize you had a computer with you and stuff, so we're gonna blame all this on John. John's fault.
that's nice.
And he was just doing out of courteous, going, I don't think she's going to be available, so we'll probably pass. So I didn't push it any farther. So anyway, it'd be nice to have Debbie here, but yeah, I want to make sure that we all put our extra prayer out for Debbie to go be strong while she's going through that, and obviously for her father. And we hope everything works out there fine for them. This hat is hot.
You can take it off. I'm leaving mine on. I got hat hair, but you don't have to worry about that.
Everybody turn away because you'll get blinded. Ah, yeah, that's better. I can hear better too. What else we got here? I was noted just like 2 minutes before the show that we'll probably not have a podcast next week, guys. So Jack, all you guys, there will be no podcast next week unless you want to see us fill in our faces with turkey. So that's Thanksgiving next week. Yeah, everybody could probably use a break, and then we'll get right back on the following week. And lots of things cooking. But I want to add something new here. And so I want to add a new section to the show. And it's called RangerRob Podcast Shoutouts. So I even made a little video for it. So here we go. You ready? You ready, Amy? You hold your breath? You're excited?
I want to see it. Yeah.
It's great. It's time for RangerRob Shoutouts. Yes, this is the time we want to recognize businesses, websites, and services. Here's today's spotlights. Ha!
I like it. Great.
I just made that in like 10 seconds. So yeah, I still have a little bit left over of my cold too, but so I'm actually trying to work with a couple of new homesteaders, and guess who's here? Let's see if is she there? There she is.
I'm here. Hi.
Wow.
And the name is Debbie Rob.
I thought you were Susan because Susan comes on the show and it says Facebook user on the screen, and so I thought it was her. But so I this is John's fault. That's John's fault.
I will get him.
Yeah, we didn't think you'd be on today. So if you can actually get a little lighting in front of you, we'd appreciate it. Probably show you a little better. But boy, you got some nice Christmas lights back there. Are you home now?
No.
You're still in Portland, huh?
Yeah. In fact, I just got back and seeing you come on live. I've been watching all day for you to send it. So yes, it was John's fault.
I thought, well, tell John he should tell you that he canceled you.
Oh, trust me, I will.
All right, so I'm actually starting a new part of the show
Love the
real
hats,
quick here.
guys.
So I was getting hot in mine. So anyway, we're going to do a new part of the show here. We're going to try this again. So here we go. It's time for RangerRob Shoutouts. Yes, this is the time we want to recognize businesses, websites, and services. Here's today's spotlights. Again, that's a great video. I gotta get back to my comments too. John says, I like it. And then we have, is it Raya?
Raya. It's Raya. Hi, Raya. Yes.
Oh, have I met her?
I
Is
don't
she
think
married?
so.
Oh, I like the name though. So shout outs. Well, I was getting back to some of the new homesteaders I've been trying to get in contact with. I found one in Oklahoma, I believe, that is very interesting. It looks like they make vanilla extracts and stuff
Oh,
like that. Anyway, and they're called MT Homestead, and it's not. And this MT is not for Montana. It's actually for their first names. I don't know much about them. I do have an invite to them and try to get them on the show. The next one I met today and talked to a little bit, and all these people have invites to come to the show, but it was so last minute I didn't expect to see them right away. Is Quarter Mile Farm out of Pendleton, and that would be really interesting. She looks like she's got a killer garden, but I'd love to. I'm looking forward to meeting their family, and then let's see. There's another one I'll have for next week, but I also wanted to take the time to not only do I want to do websites and homesteads, but letting you know that I am in contact. I have put an invite out to do interview with the new owners of the trading post down in Crooked River Ranch.
awesome.
And also, I need to put a call out. Everybody knows here in Central Oregon, a lot of people know Central Oregon Heating and all these other places and stuff. But I had our heating system act up, and we have an outdoor heat exchanger, and it's a train system, very expensive system. I didn't put it in; it came with the house. Anyway, it was acting up and getting an error. Anyway, we had a company come out called Ponderosa Heating, and I worked with them for the last 2 weeks. They had to get my parts and stuff. And the one thing I want to say big time is how well they treated us, how they kept the cost down, really analyzed the problem, and even ordered some parts that they thought they were going to need but didn't use them. And that saved me a lot of money because they kind of troubleshooted it with the new parts until they could get the error to go away. And they did it with the first two things. They're kind of digging it. And John says he likes your hat. He's digging the hat. And anyway, so they treated us really well, kept my bill down, did a great job, and are very professional. Sent him home with some eggs. He was a happy camper. But I also sent him home with money, of course. It's like, if I give them enough eggs, maybe we'll keep the price down, right? Anyway, they were wonderful, and I really appreciated that. And the last call out for today and shout out and is I'm not second up to you, John. I was going to do this anyway. John Smith, which is a small town tourist. I got to tell you, I'm from Arizona, and he's doing these little shows about small towns, and oh my gosh, I'm loving it. He really researches the towns well. Is doing some really good photography. And the shows are just really well. And John's been kind of finding what he really wants to do. He was doing news and things like that. And I can tell he's in love with what he's doing. And he's doing a great job, and his channel is going nuts. So I'm hoping that over the years he'll still remember little guys like me. But but he's killing it. So guys, check out Small Town Tourist. He's based out of Arizona, but he doesn't mean that he's going to be just doing Arizona. He's been talking about doing other places too and all that stuff. But he finds these small towns, finds out some really interesting history. And Arizona's got some amazing history with mining and stuff like that. And so, yeah, it's been so enjoyable. And every time I see his videos, I get homesick. And I miss that warm weather once in a while. But then I come off of my high when I start thinking about the summers. Hot.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's our new segment called the shout outs. So Amy, Debbie, you guys, you got businesses that we've dealt with, or shows you've watched, or podcasts, or homesteads that you want to shout out. That's our moment. We're going to make sure and give people and try to find out a little bit of information. I could have had more information about these people, but I'm planning.
Nice save, Amy.
Right
I like
back.
to look at her face. That was precious.
That must have been Chloe, huh?
Who was that? Oh,
Oh,
disappeared.
lost her.
Yeah, she's about ready to go. "Rah, rah, 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 rah." I'm on a podcast. So, how you doing, Debbie?
I'm doing pretty good.
Um,
Long and stressful.
yeah, I bet. I'm not gonna ask too much on that. I know the details, but it's a lot of this is personal. But I know that's tough, and we're all praying for you. And I asked everybody who watches our show to put in a prayer for you, and along with your father, of course.
I
And
appreciate it.
and oh, John was saying here he's flying to PA, which I heard him on one of his videos saying he was doing that next week, so he can shoot. The screen just moved. Shoot a video, cool. And Debbie is in the Christmas spirit. Yes, she is. And Jack, as Aimee opens up the number one, open up a tin can of whoop ass.
I did not. Nobody needed beating. It was just a little mom life moment. No big deal.
I still love the look in your face of that door open.
You could have let us watch.
Yeah. So today's kind of a fun day. We don't really have a big agenda. We're going to talk about each other's homesteads and stuff. Debbie, I know I stopped at her house yesterday. I don't know if she knows that. That's how
I did not.
Yeah. So that and apparently you need to have a good talk with your husband because he totally canceled you, and I'm in trouble. But no,
Yeah, he
was
posted on there. I can see you, and I don't think it's my fault.
And what's mom life LOL? Oh yeah, we're gonna have to make a new hashtag, mom life.
Yeah.
So
Well, I had to go check, make sure everything was okay. So
anyway, aren't you hot in that hat?
no,
No.
you don't want to see my hair under this.
Oh, okay. Well, you can see
So now I
mine.
gotta
There's
leave it
none.
on.
It's all
Well,
gone.
now I have to leave it on. So
Yeah. Okay. Is it cold in your closet, by the way?
my heater just turned back on. I had the heat just blasted in here so that I could leave the heater off, but it just turned back on. No, I was actually having a good hair day this morning. I curled it and everything, and then
Yeah, we were trying to get Aimee to come out of the closet, but you know how it is. Yeah, she's just not woke enough. Okay.
it's the only place I can get any peace and quiet. So
So anyway, I'll start off with. Well, let me. I do want to. I did go over and snoop over at Debbie's place, and what I wanted to do, I wanted to see this new construction for this kind of barn thing that they're semi-barn, semi-paddock thing for the pigs. And Amy's not focused today.
I had to turn off my heater because I figured it'd be too loud.
You look like such a farmer. Oh my gosh, look at her. She got a little.
I got my
overalls on and everything. You are a homesteader, girl.
I guess so.
So
Green
I went over to
acres.
Debbie's. So I went over to Debbie's and checked out the new. It's kind of a garage. What is that? A carport, right?
Yeah, it's a carport.
Yeah, and it's what's the measurements of it?
It's a 21 by 18 by 10 and a half.
Yeah, so what's so clever,
Like
it's made out of aluminum, and they left the sides open, and what they're going to do is build 4 paddocks. Is that correct? 4?
Yeah, the sides go halfway down to where we're going to put the doors for the pigs.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have 2 bedding areas on the inside with 5 feet across from each other. And then the paddocks are going to go out from the carport.
Gotcha.
It's all in my head.
So
Nice.
yeah, so nobody told me that we're supposed to wear our business attire today, but apparently, Amy's on top of things there. But you look so homesteadish. It's so good.
I know. I'm so
love
jelly. I am so jelly. I didn't know we got to wear hats today.
It's like in kindergarten.
I
It's
had
like
mine
hat
on
day.
earlier.
I know.
This thing
That's
is-
what I
this thing
thought
is
because
hot.
he had his on. I'm going, oh, I don't have my hat on.
Believe me, if you walked outside of our place, believe me, they're applicable. It's really cold. It's like, I think it was like 25 degrees today, not
It
in the
never got
morning.
above 25.
Yeah,
It was
John
a
told me
cold-
this morning that it was 19.
Yeah, it's insane.
Then I guess I won't tell you it was 48 here today.
I
Oh,
love that.
wow.
Would that thaw out my hoses so I could actually get water to my pigs? That'd be nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh.
It was
Raise your
it
hand
was
if you're
really
tired of
windy
hauling
though.
water.
Yeah,
So-
it was really windy, so it probably felt about 35.
Wow. Now, are you hauling water around, Amy?
Yep.
Yep. So I've got
Yep,
one of my
we are
gorilla
too.
carts full of 5-gallon buckets, and I fill them up with hot water. And each pig gets a 5-gallon bucket every day, and it's insane. And then I'll take a little bucket of hot water out to the chicken thing. So, but yeah, I can't. It took too long actually, and I have these things that heat up that I can thaw out water, but I didn't get the water pumped out to the tanks out there before the freeze, and so I can't fill up the tanks. So until I get a day of, I don't know when the next break is when we actually get thawed out temperatures where I can actually pump water out there. But John, it was 65 degrees there, which is freezing in Arizona
yeah.
the other day, so I had to turn on the furnace. I know, poor guy.
Oh.
And,
We'll
and he
pray
had to break
for you,
out some
John.
heavy duty blankets too. So
Oh,
yeah, John's roughing it. But yeah, but we could always try to get him one of these hats, if he's getting too cold down in Arizona. So anyway, don't forget, guys, if you'd like to have a shout out, or if you'd like to talk about your business, or just call us up and say, would you talk about my business or come visit us? We'd be happy to. This show is for the community in the Central Oregon area. And if you need a shout out, or like people know about what you do, or you like to talk about your homestead or your animals or anything like that, please give us a holler. And yeah, John says he'll wear it in the next video. Could you imagine him wearing one of those hats in this 65-degree weather?
You'll have sweat pouring down.
Yeah. But yeah, so but yeah, anyway, we want to make sure that people have a platform, and now we have that section in the show now. If you want a shout out, we will be happy to do that. So my notes didn't make very good sense today. Except, for example, we want to kind of talk about some of the things going on around here that are being a pain in the neck, and obviously the freezing temperatures. I would love to have some other homesteaders talk about, especially the guy in Oklahoma, and I'd like to talk to the gal in Pendleton more about what they're dealing with the weather, because I think it gets a little colder over in Pendleton, and like to know. Go ahead.
Did you hear on 84 up there by Pendleton that I think it was a 50-car crash up there from the ice?
Wow.
there's a lot of bad weather.
Yeah.
When do you think you'd be coming back over the mountains there, Debbie?
It could be any time.
Yeah. So
I really don't
what's
know
scary,
yet.
our roads are awful. They're glazed
It's
really
just
bad today.
Black ice.
Pure.
Yeah, John sent me a picture this morning of the trees and stuff that was nothing but ice.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
frozen fog. It's miserable.
Yeah. Well, when I left going through Warm Springs,
Yeah.
I could not see 3 cars in front of me. It was so
Alright.
thick.
The fog gets really bad there sometimes. I don't know what the
It's in
deal
that
is there.
canyon.
Yeah.
But Mount Hood was completely clear.
Wow.
So I'm hoping if he goes in the next couple days or whatever, I hope the roads are not as icy as they have been.
Yeah. Well, we're going to let us know what's going on. Keep us informed. And yeah, we'll be worrying about you until we get you back in the hometown here.
Yeah. I'm so ready to come home.
I bet.
These
I
people
do
are
want-
crazy here.
They're crazy here too. The way they drive, I don't know what the. I think it's we got some crazy drivers over here. I don't know what's going on, but
Yeah, it's not like they haven't drove in it before.
I know. So I do want to. We missed last week because I was down sick and I was really just snorting and coughing like crazy. But last week, some of you guys probably caught some of our videos about our bobcat. And we had a bobcat come in here twice. One, and it had to do with my chicken shaw, which is a mobile chicken tractor. And my older chickens were moved to that because they were going to get a little more freedom, and I wasn't going to be pressuring them. They weren't laying as many eggs and stuff because they're 2.5 years old, something like that. And I brought in a whole new set of chickens in the old chicken hutch. Anyway, so they're doing great. They're laying eggs. And by the way, I've been so lucky because my chickens, my new ones, didn't start laying eggs till like 2 months ago. Well, apparently nobody told them that they're supposed to slow down in the winter. So they've been pumping out their normal eggs still. And so I've been getting calls like crazy for eggs and from people I've never dealt with before because all their normal people, which I always recommend them, go back to your old person as soon as you can, because we're lucky, we're doing good, and we're keeping up. But anyway, everybody seems to say their chickens are molting and they're laying very little, and mine are still doing 10 to 12 a day.
Mine are.
Go ahead.
Mine are too. Mine never stop.
Really? Wow, good for you.
Eggs for your people. Go over and get them.
Yeah. But yeah, we're here for backup, and I like to back up all the people that already are selling eggs and have their clients. We'll fill in and stuff like that, but please go back to your. It's not their fault that their chickens are slowing down and molting. It's normal, and I'm just fortunate because our chickens are young and they just don't know better yet. Which I'm kind of happy, but I got tons of eggs, and so we're doing really good. So, but yeah, so if you need eggs on a ranch, go through your normal people. But if you can't get what you want, go ahead and give us a holler. We'd be happy to fill those for you. So, and so I want to get back to the bobcats. So this bobcat, which I didn't know, first got into what caused me to put the security camera out there in the first place. I think I was having something going on with the fences, and I put a security camera out to my bobcat.
You put it out, the first two got missing.
Oh yeah, they just went missing. You didn't see the bobcat.
Oh, I had some missing. That's right. Thank you. Anyway, so I had some missing, so I put a security camera out there. So then, of course, something happened, and my security camera caught it. Now, unfortunately, it's really hard to retrieve video out of a security camera and stuff. So it took a while to get the clips together, and some of it might go longer and stuff. But I got to tell you, if you have not seen our video of the bobcats, I actually have the footage here of the bobcat. I'm going to play a little bit until it looks like it's a little slow. I'm going to also have it where you can hear our voices if we talk about it. But anyway, so there was two. The first video is only about a minute and a half, and it's the first time that it came out. And that's when you can see I had the front gate open to the chicken shaw because we never had a threat before. And it's surrounded by electric wire. And we never did really figure out, did he go under or how he got in. The second video, we actually caught it, but I don't have it on this part. But we literally saw him jump the fence, a 48-inch, and I made sure those fences were hot. And he didn't even stop. He just leaped over it like nothing. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead.
We kind of figured out that was very likely the same bobcat that was at our house that got my turkey. And the second time that bobcat was at our house, Dustin watched it jump a 6-foot fence.
Yeah, that's insane. And they did it like nothing. But anyway, we have some footage here you might get a kick out of. If you've never seen a bobcat before, I could have swore it was a cougar at first until I saw the bobtail. This thing is amazingly big. I've never seen I've seen bobcat in the wild, and I've never seen them this big before. I am not angry at the bobcat, nor do I want to kill the bobcat people. He was going for an opportunity, and the second time he came in, I had the gates closed, and he found a weak point in the chicken shell, which is the design from Justin Rhodes. I'm going to modify it so the back egg boxes are not susceptible to being tipped over, and that's how I got to the second time. So I'll probably not play this whole video because it's 5 minutes long, but I'll probably play about 2 minutes of it. I'm going to put all of us off to the side, and then we can hear your comments, and we can hear your so you guys are used to when we switch scenes that our mics go off, but that's not going to happen this time. But anyway, here's some footage of that bobcat. Is amazing. And you can see him right in this area. I don't know if you can see. You probably can't see my. Can you see my mouse?
I can't see your mouse. He's on the bottom right.
Yep, there it is. I couldn't believe when I saw this thing. I was like, that's a pretty big. Like, is that a cougar?
Big.
Gotta like the music though. The
like
music was playing out there and everything. Yeah, it was just the cat brought the music. It was like Jaws.
Jaws.
Look how patient he is. The chickens didn't even realize he was that far out. And there was like 9 chickens in there at the time.
It's really an amazing predator because he's right on them before they even wake up.
We're awake now.
Yeah.
And he came back a second time, and some people say, was that two cats, but it's actually the same one. But he came back a second time, and he killed 2 of them that night. And it sounds terrible. And there it goes with it. So this is the second 2 days later. You can see we closed the gate. The door was shut. So we really did not think we'd have any problems. But you can see that guy, he analyzed that chicken shaw like crazy from the bottom to the sides until he finally started playing with the egg boxes in the back. And he got one to kind of move, and it popped down into the hole, and he literally caught a chicken. I think it was actually in the box, and then actually hurt another chicken after he was able to get his head through the box and through the side of it, and wasn't able to get the other chicken out, but it hurt him so bad that I had to euthanize it the next morning. Look at the size of him.
Really big.
But you can see he's just analyzing that thing to death.
So sneaky.
Yeah, I mean, the chickens didn't know he was there until about then. But just to get this footage was like amazing. And
well, I'm still trying to figure out how they got it out of the rabbit hut. Because the wire on it is so small, I can't figure out how he got it out of that.
And the only thing we can figure is that he's reached in.
And I won't go too much longer. Eventually, you see him in the back there, and he starts realizing there's kind of where the 4 egg boxes are in the back. And once he started playing with those, he had some success. So I'm going to make a modification to this thing, but just to see this is amazing. I can't. I like to say I'm fortunate. I've actually got to see what they do, but not fortunate I lost some chickens out of it.
But like everything else with homesteading, it was a learning experience.
Yep. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. You kind of guys get the general idea. But was it amazing? No, it took me. I bet you that took me 4 to 5 hours to get all that footage because there was so much footage because of the motion detectors, and I have a 1 terabyte hard drive that records everything. So then you got to go through each little piece of thing, and then I had a little trouble figuring out how to download it because the files were not what normal videos require. So once I found a converter, I was able to convert the files. But yeah, that was really cool.
Wow.
So yeah, that was our big adventure there. I've got a lot of other things here, but I wanted to make sure we covered things that were going on out here on our farm too. One is the same problem you guys are all having is fighting with the water. Normally, it seems like here we'll get a day or two that it just jumps up out of that freeze, gives you a chance to kind of regroup and do everything. But we're not leaving that. We're just in this deep freeze. It's like we're living in a refrigerator.
Like a permafrost.
Yeah, I'm kind of waiting for this little break to happen so I can fill up some tanks and stuff. But that's just been frustrating. The other problem we're having over here is I got to get some car work done. And with us having colds and stuff like that, we haven't been calling friends up to have them catch our cold or anything. But I've got a RAV4 that's, I'm sure it's some stupid sensor, but all the lights are all lit up because I've got a sensor out and it says, "Oh, we're only 2-wheel drive now" and stuff, and it's supposed to be all-wheel drive. And I know I think they call it a speed sensor or something. Anyway, so I've got to take the stupid RAV in to someone that knows how to deal with RAV4s, and it's like it's not the kind of cars that me and Sherry would normally have bought, but we inherited it because we use that car to take care of Sherry's mom, and it's the only car we have that is comfortable enough for her and also fits her walker and stuff like that. So she basically gave it to us, and we're thankful for that. But I'm not used to having a high-tech car like that.
Yeah.
And so Dustin, your husband, Amy, would understand what I'm talking about. You open up the hood, you don't understand a darn thing you see in there compared to an older car, So
there are many vehicles that we have consulted YouTube on, what does this sensor light mean? Or I got a warning light, and then you look it up on YouTube. That's the only way you figure anything out.
So stupid. But yeah, so we got kind of some car problems that we got to deal with. And then I got these friends of ours that want us to start using our RV again. And they want us to go camping.
Go ahead. You want to open that can of worms? Go ahead, Rob.
So it's like, oh, great. Well, that means I've got to finally get my brakes done in my truck, and all this stuff.
You're welcome.
Brakes are important.
It was a nice problem. So yeah, so the truck's going to get some operations too, but it needs some new calipers in the front brakes and stuff. So. You can kind of let that slide a little bit, but when you start pulling a 16-ton fifth wheel, you don't let that slide anymore. So we're going to get that all fixed up. And same old equipment things. I got a tractor. I put a brand new battery in, and it's so cold it just doesn't want to start. And I'm actually trying to kill a new battery. And so, yeah. Hi, Elijah. Elijah's here. John, I might be up your way in May. He said that last year. It didn't
we will hold you to that, John.
Yeah, he'll have a blast here, and he'll get so much footage here between Smith Rock and all these really nice lakes and reservoirs we have.
The canyon.
The canyons, amazing things you're going to get film of there, John. So, yeah, we'll look forward to it. And of course, you have a place to stay. He's got a fifth wheel with his name on it. And Elijah says, any snow there yet?
Yep.
Yeah. And it's still on the ground too because it's never warmed up enough to go away.
Yep.
Oh, we're kind of living in what's called a refrigerator.
Yep.
John, this is no, this is 95%.
95% sure.
Okay. Well, it would be fun to have him here. You'll. I met his wife. He's done some shows with him. She's a kick in the butt. So we'll have to bring him by. He'll get here. We'll have so many tours for the poor guy. He's like, well, you got to go to Amy's house and see the goats. Well, you better go over to Debbie's house.
That's
see
right.
the
Don't miss it. You got to go over to everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Make rounds.
he
We're a
says
community.
I says I would be filming a day in the life as a homesteader. There you go. Well, we got lots of homesteads to show you. So, and
Nice.
and there's some that aren't doing shows with us yet. That I got a feeling it'd be nice to have them. Not everybody wants to do podcasts. A lot of people freak out, but once they start doing them, they're fun.
Yeah.
That's
So
right.
you're not supposed to keep the ice in your mouth. Sorry. It's like you can't talk with ice in your mouth. Anyway, so yeah, that'll be fun. And I think he's driving up, so he's going to be taking some of those back roads through Nevada and stuff like that, and there's some really cool small towns to check out there. So yeah, we're looking forward to having
Did
John
you
up
just
here.
say he had a fifth wheel?
Yeah, it's called mine. He's going to use ours.
Oh,
So-
I was going to say, well, if he has a fifth wheel, of course he's driving.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have to get an RV park because all of our properties are big enough to fit his fifth wheel if he had one.
Yeah.
All right, I'm turning the page of my notes, and how are we doing on time? 20 minutes. We got the Bobcat. We all know we're having water issues. That's my list. Amy's. Amy, you got to let us know what the latest shows are that you're going to be attending or are involved with.
Well, if you're local, tomorrow and Saturday at the Terrebonne Grange is the Country Christmas. This is a big deal. If you've been in the area for very long, you will remember it from years past. The gal down at Patchwork Antiques puts this on. It's a boutique shopping experience. So the entire Grange is set up like a huge gift shop. Christmas town. And I won't be there, but my crafts will be there. And tomorrow is a long shopping day, 9 to 7.
Wow.
And then Saturday, 9 to 4 at the Terrebonne Grange Country Christmas.
Wow. That'll be cool. She
Yeah.
froze for a minute. There you go. He froze for a minute, but you're back.
Oh,
So yeah, exciting. Now, do you have any shows after that?
yes.
Well, tell us more.
After that, on December 3rd, we'll be down at the clubhouse administration area down here on the ranch.
Yeah.
That's a Saturday. They've got they're gonna have Santa, they're gonna have hay rides December 3rd here on the ranch. And after that, I'm so busy. After that, we're back at the Grange for December 9th and 10th.
Uh-huh.
What comes after that? 9th and 10th. I think I have a week off. And then December 18th, I'll be at General Duffy's. That's a Sunday. And that one's in Redmond.
General Duffy's?
General Duffy's Annex. They have, it's a big food truck court, but they have an indoor area too. And I will tell you, I am done with outside shows for this season. A couple weeks ago, it was a great time that we had at Deschutes Lavender Farm, but so cold.
I bet. Yeah,
So
you
you'll find
don't
me
like cold
inside.
very well.
No, I
In
don't.
fact, when Amy goes out, she's like got to carry batteries with her because she's got batteries for her jacket, their socks, and her shirt, her hat. They all require batteries.
You make me out to be way more high maintenance than I really am.
Well, not if you have batteries. Like Amy comes with batteries included, right?
Little energized bunny.
Yeah.
Oh my. So let's see. You also have, I heard, you get a little hint that you have some baby bunnies on the way too.
We do, like a lot of baby bunnies, 3 litters.
Wow.
And we're hoping that they wait until Debbie gets home to make their appearance in the world.
Well, she's a
Aw.
professional.
Oh,
She knows how to deliver babies now.
yeah,
Bunnies do that by themselves.
they do.
But I am so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
That'll be
I need
fun.
to find my mocha. What was I going to call the girl? Mocha or something like that.
Yeah.
To go with coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so you called your other buddy, the one that you got him coffee?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
His name was already Coffee.
Oh,
That's
I got
when I
you.
went and got
Perfect.
him. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I remember that. Is
So I
now
need a
coming back to me.
latte and a mochiette.
Yeah.
Oh my god. See, you also how's your I'll start with Amy first. How's your new little pig doing?
The pig's good. She's great. She's a crack up. I know you told me, Rob, but I did not believe that these Idaho pasture pigs had such a personality.
Every one of them.
Yeah. She has been munching on, the pumpkins from Halloween. They were starting to wilt. So
Hey,
she
Papa
loves
Drew.
herself some pumpkins. And she just puts up with my baby goats, which are about 8 weeks old right now. The baby goats just climb all over her. And she just, a lot of times I'll look out and she'll be sleeping and the goats are just dancing on her. It's a crazy thing.
She put a video out and the little baby goats, it's like they're playing in one of those blow up castles. Just jumping up and down on the pig, and the pig's just laying there going, yeah, go off to the right a little, a little left. I want to say hi to Papa Drew. I haven't talked to you in a long time. I still get haunted by a lot of my RV friends, which is a really nice thing because someday I may actually get out RVing again. And so Elijah was asking, somebody has meat rabbits. What breed?
Rex.
Ours are both Rex. Debbie's and ours are all Rex. And Debbie's rabbit is the father of one of my daughter's expected litters. So we're in-laws now.
That's right. And I'm proud.
Yeah.
So I also, yesterday when I was sneaking around Debbie's house, I also got to see Dinky. Which was that we had this little pig that was probably no bigger than that, so much smaller and all that. And he is not Dinky anymore. He's I don't know what your magic food is over there, but you got the biggest pigs I've ever seen. Because even the brothers and sisters of the pigs that you got, they're bigger than them. And
I know
it's like, I think you're giving them magic pills of some sort or something.
They're dang near half the size of Sparky already.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just huge. I don't know what it is, Rob, but my chickens and my pigs are all huge.
Well, you may have to buy some extra freezers because by the size of some of those pigs, when you go April, I think you're gonna process yours. June? Oh my gosh, you're gonna have gigantic pigs.
Big.
Yeah.
Yeah, because by then, oh my gosh, it'll be almost a year old. They'll be monstrous.
Well, that's the only time we can get them in.
Really?
Yeah, everything's booked up until then.
Wow.
That's why we went ahead and scheduled June. I think it was June 15th.
That's one of the reasons why I scheduled the ones for my clients. They're going to be at the end of March. And that'll put mine at 8 months old and stuff, just to go easy on their wallets. Otherwise, because if they wait much longer, my Mr. Cow, his hanging weight was 260 pounds. That was a lot of pork. He was a big pig. He was over 300 pounds.
One of our last ones, did you say 200?
300 is how much he weighed, and he weighed out. Hanging weight was 260. So they're going to be monsters. Because our other pigs that were Cooney and two other things, I don't know what they were. The biggest one weighed out at 244, I believe. Well, I can tell you one thing. You better make sure you got a lot of freezer space.
Well, remember, I just bought that big industrial freezer.
Oh, good.
Plus, I have the stand-up. Plus, I have the refrigerator with the side freezer. So I think I have enough, but they won't be here long enough because 2 of them are taken.
Yeah. Well, Papa Drew, I was just seeing your note here. Since it was RV related, I some people may not understand the note too much, but he was when I knew him, he was trying hard to get into the RV stuff and all that stuff. And then he actually built what they call schoolies, which is a converted RV from a school bus.
Oh,
Yeah, so he's been quite the RV person now. So he's in heaven. I know that because it's something
cool.
he really wanted to do. At the time, he wasn't. He was only like a weekend warrior. But anyway, I was happy to see that he's doing what he wants to be doing. Go ahead.
What you're trying to become?
Me?
Yeah,
weekend warrior.
I'm not. Well, I'll probably still be a weekend warrior because I got piggies, and
no, that's what I'm saying. What you're trying to do?
Yeah, but I'm working hard just to be a weekend warrior.
We'll helping you with that.
Yeah, it's as far I don't.
Middle of the night when you're sleeping and take that canopy off your truck.
Yeah, I do miss it. The days of full timing, maybe 5 years from now, something like that, or full timing but still having the base here. Might lighten up, but right now I got some new, they got the new things coming up this year with the pigs, and we get the USDA cuts and stuff like that. I'm really interested to see how that business goes and what we can do with it. And we'll just kind of go with that. It's I always think when you're retired, it's always nice to have a side gig, and that between some of the things we already do, and the RangerRob poopy bags, of course, and but with the piggies and all that, just be nice to see what we can do with a little side income. It's always nice to have unexpected bills that come along. And then Papa Drew says he wants to buy a ranch in Flagstaff, which is a nice area, and he wants chickens. I said, well, you're looking at 3 people here. We'll supply you with all the chickens you need.
Yeah.
Did I tell you guys I bought an incubator?
You did.
Yeah. So
I thought you already had one.
No, back in the days, I used to have big commercial ones in the old days, but I don't have any here. So I finally bought one that holds 36 eggs, which is more than I need.
Mine came in too.
I'm my goal is since everybody's chickens are getting killed by bobcats, I'm just going to be a replacer. So I thought it would be interesting to have purebred Rhode Island Reds available once in a while on the ranch for people that want to replace their chickens and stuff, and because they're a real good multi-purpose chicken. And I thought it'd be kind of fun to see if we could hatch a few. But we'll see. But I don't know if my first batch. I'll just put 6 in really quick. I might. I don't know. Here's a good question for you guys. In these freezing temperatures, if your eggs are outside for like a half a day or the afternoon before you pull them out of the hutch, they should, I would think, still be able to incubate them.
I think so.
Yeah, because the chickens sit on them.
Yeah. So I grabbed 6, and I'm still waiting. I'll know in another day or two whether they took. But the little incubator has this little egg tester and stuff. It's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of my little news. I think it's something to do in the winter.
So how long do you have to incubate? I've never done it like that.
21 days.
So you're going to have chickens, little chicks, when it's still cold.
Yep.
But you have your tank and your heat lamp and everything.
Yeah.
Well, it's all built in, and then you can brood them in there for a couple of days in the same container, and then I can move them out to our big brooder. And when they're big enough, I don't think I want to give them as day olds, but I'd wait a week or two where they're kind of stronger and hardy and have good feathers on them before I'd want to sell them to anybody locally. So, but yeah, we'll see. So yeah, I decided it'd be fun to do, but we'll see what happens. Um,
Cool.
let's see. How the baby goats doing, Amy?
They're good. They're
They're having fun with
they're
the pigs.
yeah, they're playful and they cuddle up in the pig's house with her. One night I couldn't find them when it was time for them to all go to the stalls for the night.
Uh-huh.
And I called them, and then the pig came out, and here came the babies. They were just cuddled up in the pig house with her.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's like these pigs, they kind of push each other around a lot. Even the big pigs, you could swear they hate each other. But when nighttime comes, it's
They
something
snuggle
that's
all
it's
up.
built into they all just pig pile, and they just love one another. Like I'm looking at my video camera now, and I see a pile of 5 piggies. No matter how much they've been fighting or whatever, nighttime it's a natural thing. They just all know that they got to stay warm, but they got a heat lamp, so it's not that big a deal for them. But
So
yeah,
we were asked what we use for shelter for the hogs. Well, my 2 baby pigs have their own log cabin.
yeah. And a hot tub and what is it, 55-inch television?
Yep.
Yeah. Let's see. Have you ever tried out calf hutches? I'm not sure what that calf hutch looks like. Oh yeah, I know. They look like little igloos, don't they?
Huh.
I've never tried one, but I think it'd
I
work.
wonder if we can get those around here.
I think I've seen them over at I think Coastal's has had them before. Let's see what else. Elijah's right. I got to catch up with Elijah here. That's awesome. Glad to hear you have an incubator. And yeah, it's just something I'm doing for fun, nothing serious. So, and then Elijah says, as long as the egg hasn't frozen, they'll hatch. Success rate might be a little lower. Yes. So I can tell you a piece of, people may not know this. I used to do game birds. And so I used to hatch pheasants and checker. Anyway, so our incubators would hold 500 eggs. So what we did is we gathered all the eggs and we'd put them in a wine cooler at 55 degrees and then we'd fill up the wine coolers that were close to 500 eggs. And then we took all the eggs out at the same day, dated the machine, put them all in, and no matter if there was a week and a half between them all, they'd all hatch on the same day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's super amazing. So yeah, it's always cool to find like 500 little baby checker. Oh my gosh, they look like little quail or something. So cute.
Wow.
We call them little tribbles.
We
So,
want
yeah.
a pheasant next year and a turkey.
Yeah, I might do a turkey next year because I mean, I don't know if you've been in the grocery store, but it was like almost $40 for a 16-pound bag turkey. And
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. So I was like, well, it's getting up there. It's almost worth of raising turkeys again. But yeah, we'll see. What do you got new going on there, Debbie?
Well, not a whole lot really now.
Yeah.
Kind of everything's on hold, but we are, once the ice and stuff goes, we're going to get that so-called barn for the pigs done.
Cool.
That'll be exciting.
Yeah,
Yep.
so looking forward to that so we can get all the pins, the padding there so we can do that 21-day cycle
Yeah.
that Caleb was telling us about.
Yep. Yeah, you're gonna have a perfect setup for that.
Yeah, so that's the goal, is
Sounds
to get
good.
it completed.
And I can't believe how fast the hour went today. I
Oh,
thought
wow.
I thought it'd be a struggling day here, but so guys, we gotta wrap it up here. I can't believe it. I want to thank everybody that's been on the show today. We saw a lot of familiar faces. We're always thankful for those people, and saw some new faces too. And I know we had more watching that were than talking to us. So don't be afraid to say hello in the chat in the future, guys. We'd love to have you. We're here every Thursday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. Love to have you. And we'll be here. Not next week. We'll be canceled because that's Thanksgiving Day. But the following week we'll be back on. And Lord knows what kind of stories it's amazing what stories we can have in such a short time. So but anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank the guests and the hosts. I'm so glad Debbie made it. And I hope say hello to all your families. And then everybody, since we won't see you on Thanksgiving, have a happy Thanksgiving. I hope we get abundance, and I hope you're grateful for everything you've gotten so far in life. So, guys, have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye. Happy Thanksgiving.
This video is made possible by RangerRob Poopy Bags, available in Amazon right now. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please take the time to like, subscribe, and share our videos all over the whole wide world. Thanks.